Me and Keisha want to be together.
Out of all the in Chicago, you had to go Keisha?
It's not just sex, Tiff.
That morning when I left, was that Keisha you was dreaming about?
Yes! Yes.
Thank you.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love the shy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about The Chi Season 5, Episode 6. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. And man, your girl Tiffany, she felt that pain in this episode. She was pissed off that Emmett is messing around with Keisha. Like I told you guys, we talked about this. We knew your girl Tiffany was going to feel some type of way about that. My question is, what is going to happen next? We know in the episode 7 trailer, Tiffany is upset with Emmett, and it seems like she's taking things out on Keisha, and we know Emmett's going to tell her not to do that. So I cannot wait to see the next episode and see what's going to happen between all of them. And also your boy Trey, it seems like he's pushing the family away because he's trying to protect his image. And it ain't looking too good for him, man. He made a lot of mistakes in this episode. And it was kind of sad seeing his mom, Peaches, leave. And she felt bad because she's like, man, my son don't even believe in me. And once he didn't talk about her and she had that conversation with him, she says, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I might as well go ahead and leave, get my mind right. I just want Peaches to stay clean. Hopefully we get to see her return. But I know Jake is going to be pissed off. And also I did see some people state that they did not get to watch the episode at 12 a.m. on the app or whatever streaming services y'all was using. I usually watch these shows on YouTube TV. The show, it popped up on YouTube TV, but it would not allow me to watch it. So I just went to the Showtime Anytime app. So I would use that strategy if you guys were having issues with watching the episode exactly at 12 a.m. I don't know what they be doing. Sometimes it happened with other shows as well, as far as them airing the episode exactly at 12 a.m. Like I said, if you have any trouble, just try using the Showtime Anytime app and log in with your TV provider, and hopefully that helps out, because that's exactly what I end up doing, because it would not allow me to play it on YouTube TV. It ended up popping up probably 3 to 4 hours after 12 a.m. And yes, the show does come on Friday nights. I know a lot of people ask, about how's the show out this early. They've been releasing season 5 on Friday at 12 a.m. As far as this season. I don't know if they're going to continue to do that for next season or whatever, but this is what they've been doing, and this is why a lot of people are able to watch the episode on Fridays. But as I told you guys, if you have any issues, I would just try to log in on the Showtime Anytime app, and hopefully that fixes your issues if you're having those problems. Now, let's begin this recap. As I told you guys, I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. Now the episode starts out with everybody getting their cheeks clapped, and I'm looking like they might as well go ahead and change the title to Cheek Clapping 101 if we gonna start off like this. But it seems like everybody's having a good start of the episode. Tiff and Rob, Trey and Fatima, and of course Emmett and Keisha, and also Jada and your boy Darnell. Now, after they end up doing what they was doing, we know they all started to have a conversation. We know Keisha's telling Emmett, like, look, we're gonna have to tell Tiffany the truth. Things are getting real serious between the two, and I want to be able to go ahead and let this out. Emmett ain't really trying to allow Tiffany to know the truth. He's like, look, she didn't tell me about Rob, so screw her. But deep down inside, he knows exactly what he has to do. He understands that Tiffany is his baby's mom, and him getting this close with Keisha, it needs to be brought up. He has to go ahead and tell her, but it's not going to be easy. And we know they both scared. They scared for real. They don't know how Tiffany is going to react. They know it's not going to be good. That's what they do know. And this is what the whole episode pretty much was about, unveiling that truth to Tiffany, and hopefully things will go well. Now we get to Darnell and Jada. Things is going good for them. I knew eventually it would be some type of small issues within this relationship. They're talking about moving in, splitting the bills and stuff like that. But Jada tells Darnell the next man that's going to live in her house with her is going to be her husband. And this is where Darnell kind of gets quiet. The triple OG, he ain't trying to do all that. He trying to be hood married. Look, we just say we married. That's it. We ain't got to sign no legal documents. And I'm good with that, right? But we know Jada is not having it. She just doesn't want things to end like they always do, them breaking up. and you can tell just based off her actions. Now we get to Trey and Fatima. Everything is going good. Your boy Victor is living his best life, having a good old time. That's until Fatima tells him, look, I feel like your mistress, and I don't want things to be like that. We know Trey is struggling with getting this truth out there, and he is challenged. At the end of the day, this is going to get out. Fatima's already warned him. We talked about this in the past. This girl pretty much told him someone's going to catch you slipping, and eventually it's going to be out there for everybody. So this whole image that you're trying to maintain, it's going to be exposed. Rashad already told him he could have won without, lying, but we know he had to get that record cleared, and the only person that could clear that record was your girl Rose. So your boy Victor is going through a lot of different things. Then we get to Gemma and Maisha, and Gemma's trying to help Maisha out with the whole music thing, telling her, the song probably will be better if you throw a hook on that. Of course, Maisha is kind of hesitant, like, I don't know about that. I'm going to do things the way I would do them. She just wanted to hear Gemma tell her everything that's good. So Gemma tells her, like, look, the only way that you're going to improve is if I end up telling you the truth. That's how you're going to be better, as an artist. And this is where Maisha says, you know what, I might as well be honest as well. And she's like, look, are you going to keep the baby? That lets me know deep down inside, Maisha is probably thinking like, that's probably, a bad deal. You trying to raise a baby, it's going to be difficult. We know this because in the episode 7 trailer, Maisha is telling Gemma, you're struggling, trying to be my manager and getting ready to have a baby. That's going to be tough. So I cannot wait to see how this is all going to play out. Then we get back to Darnell and Jada, and Darnell's like, look, if things are going to work between us, we got to do things a little bit different. I took you on your date. I did something special for you. Now it's your turn. I want you to go ahead and do the same thing that I did for you. And, I want you to do it to me. And Jada's like, look, all right, I got you. And Darnell was expecting her to take, him to Red Lobster. But Jada's like, nah, it's going to be a surprise. I got you. Don't worry about that. We ain't doing things the way you expecting things to go. We going to do them my way. Then we get to Kevin and Simone. And Kevin is real hyped up about this gaming event. He wants Simone to come there to support him. And at first, she wasn't really trying to go. But then she said, you know what? I will be there, to be by your side. It's crazy because Lene loves the same thing that Kevin loves. So it would have been easy for her to get this question. She would have been like, I'm there. Don't worry about it. Instantly. But we know Simone and Kevin, they're like completely opposites. But I guess that's what makes it work. So we want to see if this is going to last down the line. But we know Lene feels some type of way about that at the end of the episode. Now, Tiff wants to meet the supplier. She feels like she's working for Rob or whatever, and she wants to feel like she's independent, and she wants to feel like she doesn't have to depend on him. And Rob, I guess he's going to set it up, right? It kind of surprised Tiffany, like, man, you actually going to do that? Tiffany, man, she got all types of different issues going on in her head, and I'm going to tell you right now, it seems like Rob is more into her than she's into him, and it really seems like she is trying to still be single and do her own thing. Her meeting up with the supplier, it kind of helps her out in the long run, because if anything goes bad between her and Rob, she can be like, you know what? I ain't got to do business with him. I can go straight to the supplier. We know that whole supplier thing was dangerous, and it could have really got Tiff hurt later on in the episode. Now we get the return of Dom. I know a lot of people have been asking about her character. Well, she's here, and she convinces Emmett to go ahead and tell Tiff the truth. We know he was struggling, but she tells him, like, look, if you tell the truth, you don't have to worry about keeping any secrets, and it will be a better thing for you to do. We know Emmett has changed so much from the very beginning of this series, and we see it time and time again. This is just another, example of him trying to do better and make things right. Unfortunately, him telling the truth is going to have some, consequences, but at least he's being honest. At least he's trying to be the better person. Now we get to Tierra, Trey, and Papa's dad. We know Trey is trying to get, more exposure with him running for city council. And everybody's loving that him and Tierra is together. Black love is looking real good. Now, Papa's dad tells him, like, look, I hope the rumors ain't true, that you and Tierra's relationship is all just for show. This is where Trey tells him, like, look, I'm a man of my word. Like, dude, you just sit up here and lied right to this man's face. He know you lying. You know what I'm saying? He knows you're lying. Trust me. Now, Stanley tells him to be righteous in your walk with the Lord. And Trey tells him, like, look, I will. So we're going to see down the line if that's what he's going to do. We know in this episode, Victor was straight up lying left and right, trying to cover up this whole little story and trying to make everything seem perfect. Tierra tells him, you have to do better. You have to open the door for me because you never know who's out there watching. And she's right. We know this is going to blow up right in his face. And based off this episode, man, I can't wait to see it, y'all, because I didn't like how he treated Peaches. An event like that, the way he came at her, it could really affect her. I mean, it could trigger her to go back and drink and, mess her whole life up. But that's just my input on it. Now, we get to Keisha and Emmett. They're scared as hell because now they know the time has come that they need to go ahead and just tell Tiffany the truth, or at least Emmett, right? And they know Tiff is not going to take this lightly. Now, Tiff, she's putting herself in danger, and hell, I don't know what the hell Rob is thinking, because I guess he don't know that Nuck If Your Buck is connected with the 63rd Street mob, and we know who runs that. We know that is Q. And for Tiff to go there and meet up with this dude, I mean, they patted her down, make sure she wasn't a snitch or anything like that. But this is dangerous. You don't want to do anything like that. We already know who Nuck If Your Buck is. He was the same guy that Keisha was supposed to meet up with back in season 3, and she ended up getting snatched up by that sicko. And this was the same guy that was messing with all those young girls. I mean, this dude is R. Kelly in the making, R. Kelly Jr. for real. But Tiffany ends up talking to him. He says he's the middleman, and in order for her to get to Q, she has to go through him first. This is just flat out dangerous. As I told you guys, Rob, maybe he's just unaware on what's really going on, but based off that conversation, doesn't seem like he's too worried about it, in my opinion. You guys let me know what y'all think about that. Then we get to Kevin. He goes to the whole gaming tournament. He's doing good at first, but we know Kevin. He ends up running into an OG, a guy that can really play these games, and he's been doing it for a while. Now, Kevin, he ain't bowing down at all. He said, you know what? I want to go up against him. He knows he's the best, and once he ends up playing this dude, the old head end up putting in that work. Show Kevin who he was, and, Kevin does lose, but the OG has some respect for him. Like, all right, keep trying. Don't give up. We can use somebody like you up in here. So it seems like even though Kevin lost, he's opening up another opportunity for himself in the future to get money and have better opportunities with this whole gaming thing. Now, we get back to Maisha and Gemma, and Maisha's like, look, you were right. That hook that you told me to put in, it sounds great. So now we know this is very serious between the two as far as Gemma helping out Maisha with the whole music thing. Then we get back to Tiff and Rob. She tells him about what happened with Nuck, and it really seems like Rob doesn't have a sense of awareness of how dangerous this really is. Tiffany tells him, like, look, what are you trying to do? Get us killed? Of course, he tells her, like, look, you watch too many movies. This is not the Goodfellas. Everything gonna be all right. I don't know about that, y'all. We know who the 63rd Street mob is. We know how dangerous Duda is. We know how dangerous Q is. And we know how dangerous Nuck If You Buck is. I guess it's going to take for something major to happen for Rob to understand that this is dangerous. But as of right now, I guess he doesn't see it that way. Now, we know Emmett does call Tiffany and lets her know, like, look, we need to have a serious conversation. Now we get to Trey, and he is practicing his speech that he's going to have at the Rock Center. And he's including his mom in his speech, talking about her struggles and how she's trying to overcome them. But in this practice speech, he is struggling, trying to get it out. Peaches is there, watching him. Tiara's trying to help him out. But in Peaches' mind, she's like, okay, he's going to talk about, my struggle and me trying to get over my addiction to alcohol, which that would have been a great story if he would have went out there and actually said it, but he didn't, which makes things even worse when we see it later on in the episode. Now, Emmett finally meets up with Tiffany. He tells her that him and Keisha want to be together. Tiffany was pissed off. She said, out of all the girls in Chicago, you gonna pick Keisha. And she asked him about him being celibate. Like, what about that? Because she wanted to know if he was smashing. Of course, he tells her, like, look, they just start messing around. And once he said that, she really lost it. She lost it. She's thinking he's trying to get back at her. And that's not the case. Emmett actually likes Keisha. They have great chemistry. It's not just about the sex. This is what he's trying to explain to her, but she ain't trying to hear it at all. And of course, we know this whole marriage thing. She was the one that wanted to have the open marriage. She was the one that wanted to break up. So now this is the aftermath. This is pretty much what you wanted, not necessarily him being with Keisha, but this is a guy that has to get over you. He has to move on with his life. So whether he's with Keisha or anybody else, you have to get over it. But since it is Keisha, she's more pissed off about it. And she's telling Emmett, like, look, was she the one you was dreaming about that we saw earlier on in the season? And of course it was. He was thinking about Keisha, not you, because y'all not on the best of terms. So what do y'all think about the whole Tiffany thing? She was pissed off, made Emmett feel like he was, doing so wrong. It's understandable, that she's upset, whatever, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. At the end of the day, we know Emmett, he's telling her, this is the new me. I'm being truthful. I'm not hiding anything from you, and I want to make things better. But we know that's not going to be the case, at least for a little bit. Tiffany is still going to be pissed off, especially in this next episode, and it seems like she's going to take out her frustrations on Keisha, and Emmett is definitely not having that. Then we get to Jake and Peaches, and Jake finally tells his mom that Gemma is pregnant. Of course, he is scared, but she tells him, like, look, you're going to be a better parent than I was to you. Everything's going to be good. She does ask him, did he tell Trey? And Jake is like, look, I tried to tell him, but things didn't play out like that. We know he's going to be pissed off. We know all Trey cares about is his image. And if Jake tells him, which we know is going to happen in the next episode, he will be pissed off with his brother. And that is something that he's going to have to deal with. He's going to need his brother. They're going to need each other. And hell, Jake going to be pissed off at him once he realizes his mom left because of what Trey did to her. Now we get to Darnell and Jada, and Darnell is happy as hell because Jada has, took him out to dance. They having a good old time. I told y'all, even though they went through some small stuff, everything as of right now is seeming like it's going good. Do you guys believe Suede is going to ease back into the picture? Suede's going to try to seek revenge. I don't know about all that, but it almost seems like it's too good to be true that this can actually work out between them. But as of right now, that's exactly what's happening. Now, we get to Trey. We're at Rock. He's giving his speech, and now he's actually going to talk about Rashad and how his best friend, got locked up. He's changing his life. He's a great person. So he decided not to talk about Peaches and her struggle, her, recovery, trying to beat that addiction to alcohol. And once he did that, Peaches felt some type of way about it. She was pissed off because Trey could have just gone ahead and let him know the truth. This was something that really hit home to him, but I guess he wasn't ready to allow everybody to know this side of him. This is why he's struggling with his family. This is why, slowly but surely, he's pushing everybody away. And he tells Peaches that, look, he's not 100% sure she's going to recover. Pretty much that's what he tells her. She feels bad, like, all right, so you don't even believe in me? You don't think I can get through this? That's the last thing that you want somebody to be thinking, especially somebody that's going through what she is going through. She's trying to come back. Everybody's judging her, and everybody's been judging her. A lot of people have been saying she can't be trusted. They think she's going to relapse. After watching this episode, to me, I fully understand that Peaches was there for her boys. She really wanted to do good and be in their lives, but now it seems like she's going to have to step away, which is really sad, man. Now, we get to Rose, and now she's going to explain why this event is really taking place and why everybody is there for real. She unveils, I guess, the new Rock Center, and this is like a state-of-the-art Rock Center. It looks way better than what they got right now. Of course, Trey didn't know anything about it. Tracy ain't know anything about it. Trey actually asked her, like, look, did you know anything about this? She says no. For a minute, I thought Tracy's going to be like, shit, I didn't know nothing about it, but it looked cold to me. That new center looked good, but at the end of the day, we know they have an agenda. We know what Rose is trying to do. She's trying to be in full control. We've been talking about this since day one. Trey approaches her, but she lets him know, like, look, we don't tell you everything we do. You work for us, not the other way around. So that goes to show you that Rose ain't playing around at all, and she is really trying to be in complete control. Now, Jake is trying to have a conversation with his brother. He wants to know where mom has gone. Of course, Trey ain't trying to hear it, tells him to get up out his way, to have a small little argument or whatever. It's going to get worse in the next episode. But this goes to show you that Trey is really pushing the family away. We just talked about this, and eventually he's going to have to change some of the things that he's out there doing. Now, we get to the end of the night for Jada and Darnell. And Jada, she ain't done yet. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to make sure your boy Darnell has a happy ending and he can clap those cheeks one last time before they go to bed. But when Jada comes out, Darnell, he already done fell asleep. The OG, triple OG. I mean, that man, he might as well retire like he stated earlier on in the episode. He like Jordan, y'all. This man is done for. And it was just funny to see how that all played out with him falling out. Jada was just like, all right, it is what it is. Then we get to Tracy and Trey, and they're talking about the things that they're doing. Is it really worth it? We know Tracy tells him the truth about what happened to her son and how she pretty much told Ronnie to go out there and find out who killed her son and take them out. I'm glad Tracy was honest because we all been knowing this since day one. We know Tracy motivated Ronnie to go out there and do it because Tracy knew Ronnie would do anything that she told him to do. Now she feels bad about it. Trey tells her, like, look, it's not your fault. It's going to be all right. We were just human, and sometimes hurt people do bad things. I know Tracy wants to change. She wants to do better, but it was good to see her express those different things that's going on in her head. But how do you guys see this all playing out? They both feel bad about some of the things that's going on. And of course, living this lie like everything is good. But we know deep down inside, that is not the case. This whole storyline is definitely going to blow up in everybody's face when it's all said and done. Some of you guys were saying that y'all felt like Trey and Tracy are like feeling each other. To me, I feel like it's more of a friendship type thing going on. They're both going through a similar thing, dealing with Duda and Q and Rose. So they have to play their part in order to get exactly where they want to get to in life. The sad thing is it can push a lot of people that's in their life away. Now, we get to Lene. She sees Kevin and Simone, and Kevin is talking about Jess who got recruited. Of course, Lene wants to know all the details. Simone comes in and says, no, don't tell her nothing. We ain't supposed to tell anybody anything. This is supposed to be a secret. Lene feels some type of way about that. We know Lene, she's the gamer for real. She tells Kevin he's not even around no more. He's pretty much changed up. And it's crazy because we know Kevin really liked Lene. They have a lot in common. Now it seems like she's a tad bit jealous, but it is understandable. I mean, they come in talking about what happened at this whole recruitment place or whatever with this game and stuff. And then all of a sudden you talking about, oh, we can't tell you whatever. It's a secret. Like, why even come in and talk about it in the first place? So I can understand why Lene was pissed off. Now, Emmett and Keisha have a conversation about what happened with Tiffany. Keisha tells Emmett, like, look, I've been trying to call her, text her. It's been over 4 hours. She has not responded back. And Emmett tells her, look, everything's going to be all right. We know Tiffany is still up in her feelings about what happened, but it also seems like it's still, some tension in the air with this whole thing being revealed. I just can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next episode. But Keisha is trying to reach out to Tiffany, but Tiffany is not trying to hear it, at least as of right now. I knew this whole friendship thing between the two would change once Tiffany finds out what really happened. Now, Tiffany goes to Rob. She's talking about what went down. She's pissed off that Keisha and Emmett are together. Rob, he's like, look, just let them be. Let them be happy. We grown, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no time for all the drama. And then that's exactly what it seems like Rob is trying to be on. Like, drama free. Everything is cool. You with me, that's it. Let them be good, and let us be good. But we know that's not going to be the case. Tiffany is going to continue to hold this grudge, and this is going to continue to be a problem until it is finally solved 100%. But that's really up to if Tiffany wants this to be solved. What do you guys think about this? And what do y'all think about Rob telling her just to get over it and let them be happy? Now we get to Jake and Gemma, and it seems like your girl Gemma has decided that, you know what, we're going to keep the baby. I still think something's going to happen. I don't think this baby thing is going to go down before the end of the season, but we know they're very happy. I believe deep down inside, Gemma does not want to keep the child. And I think we're going to see that within the next few episodes. Now, Trey, he goes and he meets up. Well, at least he tries to go and meet up with his mother, Peaches. But now he has seen that Peaches has got up out of there. It makes a lot of sense, Trey, because you sit up there and, made her feel very, very bad. She felt like she let you down. And the last image that she wanted her sons to have of her is her recovering, doing good. And, maybe she will come back another day. Hopefully that is the case. But that really broke Peach's heart. And it was sad to see how everything played out. Trey and this whole lie, the things that he's doing this season is pushing his family away and ain't looking too good for him. He has to figure out what he needs to do as far as the future. And he's talking about he's a man of his word. Well, now it's time to be a man of your word. You need to do exactly what everybody's been telling you to do. And that is just be truthful. We know this whole city council thing, you had to have your record clean. So you needed Rose to do that. You need to reinvent your whole image. But still, what you're doing is destroying your family, the people that love you the most. You're pushing them away. And I got a feeling it's not going to end well if he continues to do what he's been doing. But you guys let me know, man. What do you think about episode 6? I'm glad Emmett finally came out and told Tiffany the truth. I did want to see more of Bakari and Papa's storyline. Hopefully we'll be able to see that in the next episode and see what's going on with Q and Duda as well. But I will be dropping the what to expect for episode 7 tomorrow. So I want you guys to stay tuned for that. But I want to thank you guys for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.